don't worry, you haven't gotten into a time machine and gone back a month into Advent. I'll explain. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Church. At a slightly earlier time, hopefully people will join us in due course. I've actually started about half an hour early tonight, which is a bit of a miracle. So hopefully the latecomers will come in soon and make themselves known. I do apologise for starting a bit early. I wasn't in Romsey tonight, so I thought, hey, let's crack on. I actually had a chance to prepare. So why on earth did I start with a big Advent hymn? Okay, here we go. So the next 10 hymns you'll hear, or should I say the next 9 hymns that you'll hear, is actually a top 10 list of hymns collated from the BIS requests form, spanning for the past 4 years. We've had around 2,000, or over 2,000 requests just in the BIS requests form. That does not include live requests or on email. Just in the request form, there were 2,000 thereabouts requests. What we've done is I've actually managed to get a list of top 10 requests. So the 10th most requested hymn in the past 4 years is Lo He Comes with Clouds Descending, which is why I played it. So tonight you've got the top 10. What will be number 1? I really want to know what you think will be number 1. Or tell me what hymns you think will be in the list. We've got that. We've also got a really cool quiz tonight. This is not necessarily a quiz on hymns or organs. This is actually a quiz about your knowledge of the Bible and the church. So we'll get into that after we've had the top 10. Let's continue with number 9 in the top 10 list. This is the 9th most requested hymn in the past 4 years. It's Crown Him with Many Crowns. Well, I could have told you even before collating the list that Crown Him with Many Crowns was going to be in it. But what's going to be next? I have the question that I have for you is a really important question, because actually it might shape the style of virtual church moving forwards. But before I ask you pretty much a fundamental BIS changing question, next hymn, and number 8, is I Heard the Voice of Jesus Say. The tune is called Kingsfold, and the text is by Horatius Bonar, and the music has been arranged by our dear friend, musical friend, Rafe Vaughan Williams. So that was number 8 in our top 10 list tonight. For any latecomers, just so you know, we're doing a countdown of the 10 most requested hymns over the past 4 years. I've had to go through over 2,000 votes. And out of those 2,000 votes, just under 1,300 hymns have been requested. That's individual different hymns. That's not in total, that's individual hymns. And that's quite a lot. 1,300 hymns. That's more than... Are there any hymn books with more hymns than that? I don't know. So I've got a pretty serious question to ask, right? And I want you just to take your time and think about it. And I want you to give me... I think there's an emoji. What emoji shall we use? Thumbs up. Okay, it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. All right. Here's the question: it's yes or no answer. At the beginning of virtual church, for the first maybe 20, 25 minutes, what I've tried doing over the past couple of months now, is collating a list of maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 hymns, play them back to back, uninterrupted, with the text on the screen. Which is, I'm doing the text on the screen tonight, but obviously I'm interrupting the flow, so I'm talking tonight. The question is this: do you prefer me to, well, let me make it into a yes/no answer. Should I continue doing the hymns at the beginning without interrupting them, just with the text on the screen, or do you want me to intersperse each one with a hello, that was X, and now we're going to hear Y? Okay, so yes is uninterrupted. No is no, interrupt them like I'm doing now. Okay, so yes is uninterrupted. No is interrupt them. Okay, as I'm playing number 7 in our list, Tell Out My Soul. Of course, this is in the list, right? Oh, I'm getting into a bit of a muddle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Okay, I don't know what was the winner there, so I'm going to rely on, I think, one of my producers to tell me which one, I think, approximately looked like the winner. Was it the ayes or the nays? Okay, so number 6 in our top 10. We've got a few more to go yet. Which hymns do you think are coming up? And I'll say if you're right or not. So number 6 is one of the great Christmas carols, actually. God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for Jesus Christ our Saviour was born upon this day. I don't think I need to read more words, do I? Because surely, surely you know them all by now. Ben is surprised at this one. Well, it was in. Holy, 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 Daniel thinks was coming up. Well, I'll have to wait and see. Blaenwern is also been suggested. Abide with Me must be in the top 6, says Philip. Well, we'll just have to wait a minute. Cofen says Flawless Bus. Well. Some good suggestions, all very popular hymns, of course. But are they popular enough? That is the question. Number 5 in our list of official. This is the official BIS countdown, no less. This is not just me arbitrarily making up a list of 10 hymns. This is fact. This is a fact. These are the 10 most requested hymns via the BIS requests form over the past 4 years, out of around 2,000 requests just in that form. That does not include live requests. I mean, how many live requests do we get each week? Maybe, so I don't even know how to even count that. And also requests on emails as well. So, interestingly, all of the hymns in this top 10 are big hymns. That is interesting. They're all big, joyful, uplifting hymns. They're all in a sort of a major key, I think. Oh, no, the next one's not in a major key. This one's definitely in a major key. This is a Welsh tune. It's from Rhondda. Guide me, O thou great Redeemer, or Guide me, O thou great Jehovah, whichever translation we should use. All right. Let's enjoy it. Let's get the tuba might as well stay out, to be honest. All right, let's go. It's really good to see so many green people in the chat tonight. You all know what I mean by that. It sort of gives me the impression that you're all feeling very unwell. But actually seeing all of you green people makes me feel very well, actually, because you are all supporting me through the channel memberships, whether by yourself or through the generosity of someone who's gifted your channel membership. So thank you very much, everyone who is supporting BIS. That was number 5. Guide me, O thou great, what do you call it? Jehovah. What I don't have to hand is actually how many requests each one had. That would be interesting to know, wouldn't it? Okay, so what is number 4? This is the first one in a minor key. So you music scholars might know. Yeah, but good chappy, you're blue because you're a spanner, my friend. What can be in a minor key? Let me give you a few seconds. See if you can get it. Oh, so James has said 24 eyes and 8 nays. I forget which one was which now. I think yes was the you don't want me to interrupt it, and nose was you want me to interrupt it. No, can't. No, not knick-knack, not at all. Not having any repetition. It is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The God of Abraham praised to the tune Leoni, although it's called Yigdal in here. And it's in F minor, which you all know that, I'm sure. Okay, this is number 5 in the list. And it's number, oh God, what number is it on my thing? I think it's number, oh, we'll try it and see. You are, of course, absolutely right. God rest ye merry gentlemen is in the minor key as well. And I heard the voice of Jesus say, and this one, but it's still a big hymn though, right? It's still big and uplifting and happy, even though it's in a minor key. So that was number 4. Now the question I have for you, there are only 3 hymns left. There are only 3 hymns left. Top 3. Are you ready? You ready? Here we go. This is number 3. Of course, it's "A mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing." And I realise that we don't necessarily have that one quite so often now, but whenever I do get it requested and I play it, I always remind you that when we first started doing VC in COVID, and I was the only person in the world, remember this, I was the only person in the world playing the organ. We still can't get my head around that, but it's true. Everyone was locked down, and I had an organ at home, and I was playing it live to other people. I mean, obviously people have organs at home, so I wasn't the only person playing the organ, but I was only the only person playing it to a live audience. That's a crazy thing to think about, isn't it? And Gert van Herf actually then started doing live streams as well. But for a time, it was just me, and then it was me and him. I can't believe that. Still can't believe that. It's like something you say, you exaggerate, but it's absolutely 100% true. And it was that way him was requested nearly every single week back then. Caroline will attest to that. It was requested a lot. So I guess that's still, because it was requested so frequently, it's still up there in 3rd place. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so number 2 now. You should know this. This is one of my favourite hymns. Probably favourite hymn, actually. What do I normally play when I'm really happy or when I'm celebrating? You should all know. It's Love Divine, of course. Oh, well, if that's number 2, then I'm going to ask you a question. What is number 1? I'm going to give you a few seconds. There's a slight delay on the live chat, but what do you think is number 1? First hymn that comes into your head, write it in the chat. Go. Whilst I tell you what's coming up. So, thank you for people who've just joined us. So I do apologise. For starting early, starting on time. If we look back through the years, VC used to start at about, what time was it, guys? I think was it 4 o'clock? Or was it even 2 o'clock in the afternoon? It was some I think it was 2. I think it was 2 o'clock UK time. So you Americans, I know there's a lot of Americans listening. 2 o'clock UK time, minus 5 hours or minus 6 if you're over on the west side. And then we used to go for like 3 or 4 hours. And then it gradually got later and later and later until it's now like 8:30. So I started at 8 o'clock tonight, which is good because we can actually finish early. and be a bit more disciplined in our timing. So thank you for joining us. We've got a quiz coming up. I'm going to intersperse the quiz with all of your live requests and requests from the BIS request form. So that's going to be so cool because they are churchy and Bible related questions. Starting quite easy, I think, and then getting progressively hard. There's no prize. It'll be a poll on the screen and you can pick the answer. It's just a bit of fun. And also I want to tell you about a new video series that I'm doing that's going to be appearing on BIS next Sunday night. Something really sticks in my head. A quote that a lot of you used to say back in the very early days. A quote a lot of you said. And I want to tell you what that is in a moment. After number one, let's have a look to see if anyone said it. So who've had? Daniel, holy, 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 abide with me. Great is thy faithfulness, abide with me. Kofen, abide with me. Guide me, O thou great Redeemer. Jim, that was at number 5. About a lot of people saying abide with me. Kofen, amazing grace. O God, beyond all praising, great is thy faithfulness. Holy, 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 praise my soul. Come Emmanuel. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Well, let's see what it is then, shall we? I think I genuinely think that you'll all say, oh yes, of course it was. Because, I'll tell you this, no one's mentioned it. Knick-knack, none of those. None of those. You'll all say, oh, of course, of course. As I'm playing number one, and as we've got 200 listeners now, +1 and your location, go. Marcus, you might say it was spicy because that also links to Peter, who says, oops, there was a bit of a wrong chord there. But hey-ho, I played. Do you know what happened this morning in Romsey? Have you ever had... So we've all had the nightmare of playing a verse too many. Or verse... I think it's not as bad if you play a verse too few. If you play a verse too many, it's the worst. It's like... It's just an anxiety dream for an organist, okay? Because there's no getting around the fact that you've royally screwed up. And everyone knows. But the best thing you can do, the only thing you can do, is make it look intentional by doing sort of a sneaky improvisation out of it. Like, yeah, I meant to do that. No, you didn't. Definitely not. But have you ever had it where you go into the last verse, you start playing the last verse, and no one sings? And you keep playing, and you're 99% sure that you haven't played a verse too many, but no one's singing. Have you ever had that? Because it really, really screws with your brain. It happened this morning. And it was the first hymn was For All the Saints. And we omitted 2 verses, but it was fine. So I knew exactly where we were. We're going into the penultimate verse. So you know you have the and I sort of went like that, and no one came in. And I was like playing, and I said to the organ scholar, "Why is no one singing?" And he said, "Don't know." So I just had to just literally put down an imperfect cadence, you know, on D major, make it really obvious. I sort of stared at the choir and went like that, and a few of them went like that. Like, yeah, a collective. What just happened? I don't know what just happened. You tell me. But I think my extra notes, my extra chords, I think made them think I was going into an extra improvisation before the last verse. I don't know, but it was a little bit unnerving. Has anyone had that? Right, so there we go. That was a top 10. That's cool, wasn't it? I don't think there was any surprises there. If you've just joined in, it was started with number 10. Lo he comes with clouds ascending. Crown him with many crowns. I heard the voice of Jesus say, tell out my soul. God rest you be a gentleman. Guide me, O thou great Jehovah. The God of Abraham praise. A mighty fortress is our God. Love divine, all loves excelling. Eternal Father, strong to save. Officially, that was the official BIS top 10. Undisputed. Chosen, literally, by you. Not by me. And not by Caroline. We've done it. We've done top 10. You missed it. How about you? I bet you heard it through the floor. You heard it through the floor. Great. So now what we're going to do is... Oh, could you do me a favour? I've forgotten to get something. Could you go and get me my Essential Organist book?
Where is it?
I think it's on landing upstairs.
Okay.
There's a little ditty in there I'd like to play
Okay.
as I'm setting up the quiz.
We just need to say thank you very much to John Cruikshank for his donation that came through on the Shopify just now.
Okay. I will do. Thank you for reminding me.
No, it's just come through.
Fantastic. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into sort of the live requests and also the requests that came in during the week. I've got a few of those. And I'm going to set up a quiz now. All right. So here is the first question of the quiz. And look at the donation. It's just shot up by £1,000, putting us now at 33% funded. That's fantastic. I think I'm expecting another donation from a very supportive subscriber, which should put us over to £20,000, which will just be astonishing. But the donation tonight has come in from John Cruikshank. And John actually has given me something to read. So I will read that after I've played a little ditty by Handel, which is in here. I can't even remember what it's called. I've got it. 153. Beautiful, quiet little melody. This is from Xerxes. It's the Largo from Xerxes, so you'll all know it is for countertenor. Imagine Euston Davis singing it, or Alfred Deller, something like that. Okay, so the first question in the quiz, I'm going to leave these questions on the screen for you to answer as I'm playing the next sort of hymn or section. So, are you ready for the first quiz? Quizmas. Start a poll. Paste. Let me just pop it in. So these are going to start easy, so you should all know the answer. And then they'll actually get progressively more difficult. This is just a bit of fun. So the first question coming your way is, according to Genesis, the book of Genesis in the Bible, what did God create first? This is a march from, it's a Largo from Xerxes, that's by George Friedrich Handel. A beautiful tune, isn't it? Beautiful. Okay, so obviously the first question didn't cause you any problem at all, although I'm surprised no one voted for animals. So on the first day, God created light. But actually, according to Genesis, and I don't know whether Mr. Genesis or Mrs. Genesis, I know, was listing them in order, or maybe the writer just forgotten the order, but it was heavens and earth, and then it was light. You would have thought he'd made the light first, and then created heavens and the earth, because I know he's God and he can see anything, but you would have thought that just he'd put on the light first so he can design his earth and his heaven, just so he can get the the dimensions right, everything lines up. You wouldn't want to be a builder building in the dark. We're having building work done, and we wouldn't want our builders to turn up with a mask on, blindfold. I'm going to do it in the dark today to see how we get on. So it was heavens and the earth, according to Genesis. Right. So number. Of course, you all got it right. Did anyone get it wrong? You put light. Yeah. So let's go on to question 2, shall we? This one might be a little bit more sort of. I think you might not know the answer quite so much, but you Bible nerds will, of course. People who go to church every Sunday will know the answer to this one, I'm sure. So this is a question from Judges, which is not something that we hear about all the time. According to Judges, what was cut to remove Samson's strength? His beard, his hair, his fingernails, or his cape? All right, so now we're going to go into a request which is coming from Tyler Hyman. It's what wondrous love is this? Is my keyboard turned on? No, it's not turned on. What wondrous love is this? It's called Wondrous Love. And he says, can you please play What Wondrous Love Is This, Oh My Soul, Oh My Soul? Well, Tyler, you always ask very nicely, so I will be thrilled to play your request. What wondrous love is this? Beautiful hymn. Thank you very much, Tyler, for requesting it. And I could see a lot of you enjoying that one. It's in a minor key. Beautiful, isn't it? An American folk tune. It's called Wondrous Love. What wondrous love is this, oh my soul, oh my soul. Okay, so we've had a request from Limo Guy, who says, this is one of my favourite hymns. It's in the EL, where is it? in 1982, 51. 1982, 51. I'm glad one of you voted for Cape, because I thought that was, if you didn't know any better, you might think it was as Cape, because a cape, as we all know, gives a superhero his powers, doesn't it? Or was it kryptonite? All right, so let's have a look to see which was the right answer. Oh, I'd love it if 95% of you were wrong, and actually it was Cape. Who voted? Go on, hands up. Who voted for Cape? There we go. According to judges, what was cut to remove Samson's strength? His hair. His hair. So here we go. I've actually got some more context here. In Judges 16, Samson revealed to Delilah that his strength came from his uncut hair, a sign of his Nazarite vow to God. While he slept, Delilah had a man shave off his 7 locks, and his strength left him. He was captured by the Philistines. Okay, let's go on to... Oh, sorry. Someone did complain in one of the comments a few weeks ago that I don't mention the sample set, because I just assume you all know by now. We've had Tewkesbury for quite a long time, and I should mention it because, if someone really enjoys it and thinks, that's an amazing organ, I might buy that, but I've no idea what it is, I'm not going to buy it. It's my fault. So we are in St. Mary Redcliffe today. This is a BIS sample set. It's a very colourful organ. It's a very powerful organ, as you can hear. And the main reason for setting it up tonight, aside from the fact that we've been using Tewkesbury since it was released in December, is actually we have a very special organist coming round tomorrow to record on it for a very special reason. And they are going to record a very special piece. I can't wait to show you what on earth I'm talking about. So after this, oh yes, I was going to tell you about the quote that you guys used to say to me back in COVID. This links into what I was saying earlier about next Sunday, there's going to be a new video, a new style of video appearing on BIS. This is linked back all the way to maybe 2020, 2021, when several people from the UK side, I think, used to say that VC is now the new Songs of Praise. I do still get it occasionally. BIS, Virtual Church, is the new Songs of Praise. And we used to go out to record organs in churches and school chapels, actually, and to record a virtual church from there. So I'm going to reinvigorate that. But what I'm doing differently this time is not playing as many hymns, having them back to back. I'm actually doing a bit of a tour of the building, talking about its history, and bringing, I've got a bit of a cold, so I find it hard to breathe, bringing the venues to life through story, through visuals, and through hymns. So all of the hymns will be in some way connected to the place. So the hymns next week are all connected to the place that I've been recording. I really, really can't wait to share it with you, and I really genuinely hope that you all watch it and offer me feedback. If it's good or if it's constructive, that's absolutely fine. But I'm really interested to get your feedback to see whether it works, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and what I should do differently or what I can tweak. So it's a new one for me. I mean, it's not that new because I've recorded pipe organs for years. It's bread and butter for me, that now. But this style of video is new for me. So I'm trying something new just to give virtual church a little bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a fresh sort of look, if you like, a fresh flavour. We shan't call it virtual church because these are real churches. Oh, and after this, I'm going to quote the person who's been very generous tonight and put £1,000 into the BIS music room tonight has given me something to say. So I'm going to read that tonight. Before we do that, we've got question 3 coming your way now. Question 3 is all about St. Mark. So here we go. So I'll put it. I'll ask you the question before I give you the answers. According to St. Mark, what colour robe was used to mock Jesus? What colour robe, according to St. Mark, was used to mock Jesus? So, who's requested this hymn here, which I don't recognise at all? Limo Guy, yes, one of my favourite names. Limo Guy certainly used to listen to VC in his limousine. Amazing, amazing. Which begs me to ask the question, where do you listen to limousine? And our producer tonight, James Palmer, wonderful, wonderful guy, hi James, is going to keep an eye out for the best answer. No, don't make it up, because we'll know. I know some of you listen to me in the gym. That's pretty cool. But where do you listen to me? Where is an interesting place that you listen to me? We, the Lord's people, heart and voice uniting, praise him who called us out of sin and darkness. What's this tune called? It's called Decatur Place. All right, let's have a go. New one to me as well, Andrew, actually. I didn't know that. I don't recall playing that before on VC, although I could interrogate the BIS request form to look back through the 2,000 odd requests that we've had in there to see if it is in there. But regardless, Limo Guy, thank you very much. He says that it's one of his favourite hymns.
Oh, Limo Guy. He listens to it as Limo.
That's what I said. We're not there when I said that.
No. Well, maybe
I literally said that. Well, thank you very much, Nigel, who's just sent in 10 donations, 10 channel memberships. Thank you very much for that. Yes, if you are able to pop something into the BIS music room, that would be fab, because, we had a chat with our builder. So this room was obviously, we need to get the organ out of here, and the kitchen's broken. So, very much broken. So the music room is actually quite a small part of a big project, including the renovation of this room. You may not be surprised.
Part of a big project. It's a big part of a big project.
Well, it's probably most part.
Exactly.
To be fair.
Thank you. We need to set the record straight there.
But you wouldn't be surprised to hear that this carpet is going, this radiator's going, which is fine, but also this wall is going as well. So for a while, during organ VC stuff, we're going to have a little bit of building work going on here. So we might see a builder sort of knocking the wall down.
You have a temporary wall, it'll be fine.
Whilst I'm playing Abide with Me.
He's going
to be. I'll have to play Come Labour On. Get them labouring at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. So they're going to be knocking out that wall.
They're not going to be doing anything at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night.
No.
Unless we've got a major problem.
So actually, this question about the colour of Jesus' robe, which was used to mock him, was. Well, let me read the answer first. Purple, of course it was. In Mark 15, Roman soldiers mocked Jesus before his crucifixion by dressing him in a purple robe, placing a crown of thorns on his head, famously, and sarcastically hailing him as King of the Jews. We know that. But the gospel stories don't often say about the purple robe, do they? It doesn't say it in Matthew, I don't think, or John, or does it? I'm just recalling the Bach, the John and Matthew Passion. I don't recall it saying about the purple robe, but it does in Mark. So he wore a purple robe.
What's the German for purple? I don't think you'll know the answer to that. Your German's worse than mine.
Das ist purple? I don't know. Hymn number 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going back to Genesis, where we started these questions. Oh, well, that was one. So I didn't actually know this. I must confess that I did not know this one. So I wonder how many of you know this one. Well, let's see what it's going to be. According to Genesis, what did Jacob injure whilst wrestling an angel? Well, the lesson here is don't wrestle an angel. If you see an angel, I'll tell you what, here's something I'll tell you. And you can have this for free. If I ever see an angel, I'm not going to wrestle it. That's the last thing that's going to be on my mind, wrestling an angel. But according to Genesis, what did Jacob injure wrestling an angel? Is it his shoulder, his hip, his ego, or his ankle? Okay, so whilst you're all working that one out, I'm going to play a request that's coming in from Ben Wallace. This is a favourite that he hasn't heard since college days. Now, he's put it through an email, so thanks, Ben, for that.
I've put my microphone on to tell you something that's going on in the chat. A few people are suggesting that we could have an auction for the highest price for the dining room carpet as a BIS souvenir. That was Maurice. And then
Maurice, oh my goodness.
and then Michael Collins,
peg on your
auction
nose.
off bits of that carpet.
Yeah, we could. We could auction bits off.
Oh no. Honestly, no.
Bobby's, put it this way, Bobby has left her mark many times.
Well, only in the same place, to be fair. Most of it's fine.
Yeah, that bit's sacred, hollowed ground.
Oh, that bit's going in straight in the skip.
Yeah, outside. Just... Okay, so
Poor Bobby.
you answer that one? I think it might have been his ego, actually. So I'll leave it to you to decide. Here we go. Sorry about that. In tenderness he sought me, weary and sick with sin, and on his shoulders brought me back to his fold again. The tune there is called, what's it called, Ben? Clarendon. And this was one of Ben's favourite hymns that he hasn't heard since college days. So a mere few years ago there, Ben, wasn't it? Well, thanks for sending it in. How are you getting on with this question here? According to Genesis, what did Jacob injure whilst wrestling an angel? his ego. 11% of you. Here it is. In Genesis 32, Jacob wrestled with a mysterious figure through the night. I'm sure we've all done that. When the figure saw he could not overpower Jacob, he touched Jacob's hip socket and put it out of joint. Jacob was then renamed Israel, meaning he struggles with God. Well, so the answer is hip. I mean, Jacob, are you sure you just weren't... You weren't just having a brawl? I don't want to question anything in the Bible, but there are some things in the Bible where you just think, he just had a few drinks, and he was just... maybe looked at someone in the wrong way. Bob, what are you doing? Are you okay? Don't press any buttons, because that is powering this quiz. We've got one more question to go. Of course, these questions are just meant to be fun. There's no prize. He was an old man, after all. There you go, you see? Doesn't take much to put someone's hip out, does it? Let's have the last question then. So what's the last question? According to this one's, it comes from Kings. According to Kings, how long did Solomon take to build the temple? According to Solomon, according to Kings, how long did Solomon take to build the temple? 3 years, 7 years, 12 years, or still going? Right, Benjamin Yao is up next. Benjamin, I think you ought to get in touch with Bill Ratey. Bill, are you in the chat? I think we ought to set up a team of time stampers. We haven't had timestamps for a few weeks now, and I suspect it's because Bill is just too busy. So we ought to get a team of time stampers. Could I please have some volunteers for time stampers? Bobby, I don't think you'll do a very good job. So, wah! Come on. Wah! Get on there. Just get in touch, please, with me. Or if Bill's in the chat, maybe, Bill, can you tell us what is the best way to sort this out? Yeah, so this is quite a tricky one. I saved the hardest ones to the end. Meanwhile, Benjamin Yao has asked for, let me read it out to you. It's written me. I thought I put you down. I'm having deja vu. Oh. It's Australia Day on 26th January, right when this VC is being broadcast. So, dedicating this request to fellow BIS fans from Down Under with this request. If England has Hubert Parry's Jerusalem as its unofficial anthem, then this one is Australia's. Play this with some bouncy swing. Thanks in advance from this part of the world. And then he puts in brackets, donated a tenner. That's very kind. You did. I saw it this morning. Thank you very much for your tenner. Okay, what are the words? He's put, once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolibur tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled, "You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me." Right, well, Bobby, can you please get down? Tell you what, sit on the bench, then that's fine. unofficially Australia's national anthem. Apparently. Well, I don't know whether that's true or not. But that is what it says at the top of the page there, actually. So, what have you been saying? This one, I don't think, was as quite clear-cut. Let me read the answer to you. In 1 Kings, in chapter 1, verse 6, Solomon began building the temple in Jerusalem in the 4th year of his reign. The construction took 7 years to complete, creating a parliament dwelling place for the Ark of the Covenant. So I think it took 7 years rather than it's still ongoing. There we go. So you all got them right. Did you enjoy that? Just 5 hymns? Did you enjoy that? Let me know. And if you'd like to see more of that sort of stuff, I will put them your way next week. Well, no, it won't, because next week's going to be a very special broadcast. And I want you all to watch it. I want you all to give me feedback. Something I'm trying. I think you'll like it. It's organs, tick. It's hymns, tick. It's an organ piece, tick. The usual sort of VC stuff, but more ticks than just those 3. Lots of architecture, big tick. History, tick. Stories, tick. Secrets about places that you've been you may not know about, tick. A bit of humor as well, tick. Drone footage, tick. Tick, tick, tick. So I would love it if you tuned in next week. Just going to quickly read something to you that John Cruikshank has sent for me to read. Hi, Bill. Didn't know you were in tonight. Where are we up to? So we're up to where? And then I want to give a thingy like that. Okay, that. Now, John Cruikshank has been emailing me and offering me advice. Very helpful advice. And this is what where is he? This is what he said. I've got it on my phone. Doodah, 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 doodah. Where are we? Emails. Here we go. So John's asked me to read this. Okay, are you listening? John's been very, very supportive of BIS. He's a regular viewer, and I know he's watching now because he always watches, but he doesn't always chat. So if you are there, John, maybe you can put something in the chat and we'll all say hello. In fact, can everyone just say hello, John? Because he would really appreciate that. So he says this. As a regular VC follower, I know that Richard needs our help with fun. Now, by the way, I haven't actually read this fully today. I read it when he sent it, so I'm having to read it. I know, as a regular VC follower, I know that Richard needs our help with funding the music room. We have only 9 weeks left to reach the goal of £50,000. Even saying it out loud is like, it's a lot. I chart the donations daily, and at the rate we're going, we will not even come close. It's not the end of the world. We'll find a way. Last Sunday, Richard showed us a hole in the wall of the music room. This morning, I made a donation to put in the window. So this was actually, when was it, John? Was it last week? Or sometime during the week? Now, please join me and all the VC community. Dear. Find your bank card and let us give the fund a major boost. Only if you can. Only if you can. There's no pressure at all. I am 86, and in my long career, I don't think that I have met a person more sincere than Richard. Well, that's very kind. I mean, everything I do on BIS is for you guys. That is true. When he says that he is thankful and appreciates every pound or dollar, he means it. Thanks, John. Let us show that we appreciate him and we are... This is actually quite embarrassing. Let us show that we appreciate him and are equally thankful for what he is doing for us. Please donate something now. Well, can you say, have my ears gone red? I am, guys, actually a very shy person. I am a very shy person, and I don't really have, you may not know this, but I don't actually have that much confidence when it comes to social interactions. So doing BIS is actually my way of overcoming that, because I'm in control of what I do. I can talk the way I want to talk, and I can just talk to a camera, and it's just a black thing which says Lumix on it and GH5, and then a bit of dust. Probably a bit, I should wipe the lens occasionally. But I can't see you, so it's fine. So I'm just talking to a camera. I can do that. But in real life, I am very shy, and reading that was actually quite hard because it does mean a lot. Right, a serious hat on. It does mean a lot that someone like John would take the time to write that, and of course would actually choose to donate to BIS. There were many other charities and many other causes, of course, that John could donate to, but he chooses to donate to BIS. So we are very, very grateful, because it has the donations that you have given me so far, 16,330, and I know that there are more to come, are allowing us to do the building. The building is happening, and it's thanks to you. It's that simple. In my previous job in London, I would not have been able to afford this organ, no chance. Or the building work out there, no chance. No chance. We would be stuck in the house with this carpet. We'd probably have ripped up the carpet and put something really cheap down. But doing this has allowed us to do this wonderful work, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. So thank you, John, for that. I hope you liked me reading that. It was a bit embarrassing to me. I didn't realise quite just how gushy it was. But John, I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate your emails as well.
And thank you to Eleanor Hart, who has literally just donated as well. Thank you.
What a champion. What an absolute champion Eleanor is. Eleanor's been around for a long time.
Definitely a heritage listener.
She's an heritage listener, isn't she?
Is that what you call them now, heritage listeners?
It is now. Right, Eleanor, this is for you. There we go, Eleanor. Thank you.
Thank
you very much for putting a donation into the extension, and I hope you enjoyed that. I did actually see some donations coming in.
Yeah,
Have you got
can
a
I
list
just
there?
jump in? Yeah, so James Forsyth, Irene Sharp, Kathleen Lewis, and Michelle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Just gets us a few steps closer to what? To having the music room, I suppose, and a few steps closer to not having to go to the bank to say, "Can we have a little loan, please?" That is ultimately what it's going to prevent us from doing. So the more you can help, the less of a loan I think we'll need to take at the end. But thank you, and I can't wait to show it to you. It's really shooting up. The scaffolding is all around it, and
it's very tall. It's got a high ceiling.
it's high. I know, yeah. It's big ceiling, so it's going to look fantastic. Okay, so where are we on my list of stuff? Good. That's all of my pre-requests, and now
I'm just doing your shop orders, and I'm really amused by one of your followers who ordered a BIS 2025 calendar. So I emailed him and said, "Are you sure you want a 2025 calendar as it's 2026?" And he said, this is no joke, his dog ordered it with its paw. And he was so amused.
What was his dog's name? Bach?
I can't
Johann?
remember. But I just thought that was a brilliant story that the dog ordered it by accidentally touching the screen with the paw.
Well,
So I
all I
said,
can say is the dog's got taste.
So he's going to have a calendar because we have got some left, but I said we'd put a free CD in as well.
I love it, how the sequence of clicks that have to happen for that to go through the shop.
I think the dog just put it in the basket and he thought it was amusing, so he carried on.
Who
I think that's what happened.
was that?
Don. It was
just Don. Well, Don. Don't give a surname because Don. He might not want to know.
Don and dog.
He might not want his identification to be given out to the world. But I think that's a really cool story. So Scott Flanagan put in $9, $10 into the tip jar on the bottom right of the screen tonight. Built on a rock, the church shall stand, even when steeples are falling. Scott, did you give me a reason why you'd like to hear this? I'd like to request the ELW 652, built on a rock for my mum. We are going to be listening to it from the car as we drive from Southern California to New Mexico. Well, I did say earlier on in the show that I asked you to list me your weirdest places that you listen to me. I'm not saying for one moment, Scott, that being in the car with your mum is weird, but it's a sort of an interesting thought. People are listening to me in the car. James, what were the sort of weird places that people said? Did you manage to capture that? Okay, but let's have a look.
I'm just going to read this. It's so funny, this email, honestly, about the dog. I didn't actually mean to order the calendar. I was researching on ShopApp the status of shipment of BIS organ books. My dog jumped off on the sofa and I started playing with him. Next thing I heard was a ka-ching from the shop saying order placed, and it was the calendar. And I didn't know how to cancel it. But I also figured there are some really great photos that I'd love to have, so I just kept the order. So I've said to him that we'll give him a free Ely Cathedral CD as a consolation.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. We have calendars left, actually. We didn't quite sell them all, did we? But
so if you want the pictures and you didn't get one last year, you could just get a really cheap 2026 calendar and stick the dates over the 2025 and still get the photos.
Actually,
I did ask you in February last year to sell them off at a knockdown price, but you never got around to it because you were too busy.
What you could do is buy it and consider that to be a donation. Because we've got to pay the shipping.
Well, I think you should knock down the price.
I will.
I've been saying this since February last year.
Thanks very much, Scott, for that. And I hope your car journey is going well. I don't expect you to be able to write in the chat because you are concentrating on those roads, of course. But anyway, thanks for sending that through. Okay, so where are we going to go next? Thomas Maranta is up next with, it was still in the ELW, number 414. It's Holy God, we praise thy name. We know this one. I just can't get that program out of my head now with this, whatever it was called. Midnight Mass. How should we start with this then? Take off the whole flute. It was so nice to go around to a viewer's house the other day to set up his organ with Tewkesbury and Redcliffe, because I get so used to hearing it in here that I feel almost nervous that when other people buy the organ in their house and play it on their organ, it doesn't sound anywhere near as good as what it sounds here. But it does. It just sounds equally as good. And it's really, really reassuring. Holy God, we praise your name, Lord of all. We bow before you. Where should we go? I really like that hymn, and I wish it was sung more, frankly.
I think it is in the States, just not here.
I mean, that's what I mean. I wish it was sung more in this country. I don't know whether is it sung more in the Catholic Church? I know it's a Catholic hymn.
Well, you play in a Catholic cathedral.
I know, but I've never played it in an Arundel before. Can anyone, any Brits attest to the fact that it is sung anywhere in this country? If it is, I'm going to have to go to that church. Okay, the next hymn coming your way is a hymn which has been requested by Daniel. Been sent to my email address.
Daniel will be very pleased that you're playing this because he was concerned that you weren't going to play it.
How was he concerned?
I don't know. He was just pointing out that he'd done a pre-request and you hadn't played it yet. But all is well. James reassured him that all is well.
He didn't add it to the request form, that's why.
Ah. Oh, I think it came in via email, did it?
Yeah, but it has to go into the request form.
Ah. That's right.
Jesus, my Lord, my God, my all, how can I love thee as I ought? And how revere this wondrous gift, so far surpassing hope or thought. Thanks, Danny. So just catching up with where you've been listening to me. So apparently most responses so far have been at home, in the kitchen, and in bed. Well, hello. Only Michelle has come up with an interesting one. Well, Michelle is interesting. At the beach, but only in the summer. And Maurice listens from inside a large diving bell. So he can't be disturbed. Diving bell? What's a diving bell? You know what a diving bell is? We're going to have to ask Google what a diving bell is. Sarah says that this is the first VC I've been to in 1 month, so I've got to replay when I can, but I still have 2 of them to watch that are still new to me. Well, Sarah, it's good to have you, and I appreciate that you can't watch every week, because obviously I do these every Sunday.
I think Maurice is being humorous.
Of course, I will. It wouldn't be Maurice if he wasn't. Okay, so we've got 2 more live requests to go, and then I'm going to play a big voluntary for Michelle. Not quite the one that you asked for, Michelle, but I'm going to play something very similar. So Bill would like me to play When Peace Like a River. Why? Because he's requesting it on behalf of Ville Du Havre. Ville Du Havre. I think that might be about right. I do apologise. When Peace Like a River. We like this one. This is a favourite. Didn't quite make the top 10 though. Bob, can you just stand somewhere where you can actually stand without causing, a bit of a nuisance? Please? Why don't you come and sit here? Come and sit here. Come and sit here. I mean it. 3 verses of this wonderful hymn. Oh, Bill, yes, that's the tune. Stay there, please. Okay, let's do this. Really, really powerful hymn, even with the slightly wrong chord towards the end there, for which I do apologise. Thank you very much, Bill, for sending that in. I always love playing that. All right, so our final hymn tonight, which has come in from, well, it's been requested by Kathleen Lewis, but I think it was requested by a Bachwoods fellow. Very clever name. A Bachwoods fellow. You get it? Backwoods fellow, Bachwoods fellow. God is working. I'm going to take the assumption that it is to the only tune that we all know. And then after this, we're going to go into the voluntary, which is a bit of a bang.
Before you do that,
yeah,
can I just say thank you very much to Donald Crietlow. Sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong.
Has he been a generous chap?
For your donation. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Donald. Thank you very much, Donald. Where are we up to with the £16,710? That's wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone. That was really, really appreciated. Okay.
And Jeffrey Cox. I don't think I've said thank you very much to Jeffrey Cox.
All right. Well, I'll see you. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Really, really means a lot.
And Larry, thank you very much for your order of 2 books. They will be on their way to you, posted not
Was that
tomorrow.
Veni Creator or Veni Manual?
2 copies of Veni Manual.
Good choice. It's a wonderful book. They've actually sold really well.
Mr. Andrew Wadley in Australia ordered a copy of Veni Creator this week.
Good book as well. Good book. Love it.
And then John in Seattle has ordered what I've taken to calling the Holy Trinity: Veni Creator, Veni Emmanuel, and Call for Composers.
Top marks for you. Anyone who does the Holy Trinity order
That's what I call it.
gets muchos respecto. So well done. So thank you very much for doing that. Let's have a go at God is Working His Purpose Out. Yay! One of those nightmare hymns that is actually really hard to play as an organist. Not musically, I don't think, but because every verse has a different meter. It's a bit like in the Bleak Midwinter, the Holst version, where you have the upbeats on some verses. That one has a lot of additional syllables. It's actually quite challenging to get them all in. But I think we managed it. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to give you one more reminder that next week, I'd love you all to tune into BIS because I'm doing a video that I haven't done before, a new sort of video. It will go on as a premiere next week. And I'm going to I want to get into the habit of going live at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. That's going to be challenging. But I want to get into a habit of going live at 8 o'clock. So it's going to go on at 8 o'clock as a premiere so you can chat. But I really hope you enjoy it. So please put that in your diaries for next week. I'd really love it if you could all be there for that. Thank you. Huge thanks to James Palmer, who's been just keeping an eye on things, keeping things ticking along. As always, he's amazing. And the rest of my producers are also amazing. Thank you to everyone who's been donating tonight.
Hey, Bobby.
I think we've captured everyone. Thank you who's been donating.
I think we have. I'm really sorry
in the live chat as well. So Scott Flanagan, Thomas Moranta, Arnold Peter, Daniel, Ben, Motorhome Dreamer. Thank you, Nigel, for gifting 10 channel memberships. Bill Ratey and Sean Pear. Thank you very much, especially to John Cruikshank this evening, who put a very generous donation into the BIS Music Room. Really do appreciate that, John, and all of your emails as well. I'm not sure I appreciate you being a little pain in the you-know-what. Because I'm going to play something now from Michelle. Michelle asked for something, stay there, by a French composer called Charles Tournemire. And I'm going to play the Improvisation sur les Te Deum. Epic, this piece. If you like organ music, then you'll love this. That's not how it starts. So after this, I'll draw the show to a close. So thank you all very much, and I'll see you next week. Tomorrow I've got a very special guest coming round to the house. I'll announce that very, very soon for a very special video.
Do they play the organ?
Quite well. Quite well.
Better than Bobby?
No.